Hi, my name is Kiani, and I was adopted when I was 11 days old from Cleveland, Ohio. I now live in Denver, Colorado, where I have lived, well, at least in the general Colorado metropolitan area for my entire life. Being adopted for me has always been something that has made sense in the way that from the time that I was born, I knew that there was a calling for me, or there was a higher purpose to my life than ending up with my biological parents. One of my very first memories, I feel like, was before I was even Earthside, and I was somewhere in the cosmos, and it was like presented. My life was like presented to me like as a case report, and I remember feeling like it was going to be a challenging life, but it was going to be a very rewarding life, and it was going to push the essential energy that I was into being a higher functioning, more enlightened, conscious being. I was adopted by a single mother who was white, and she had 6.5 years earlier, before I was born, adopted a African American daughter who is my big sister. Growing up and living in a multiracial family taught me a lot of things about self-awareness and how to be my own self. And how to be myself in a world that didn't really necessarily reflect my family, or in just my individual family, who I was. So it has been a constant and is still an ever evolving process that I'm still learning about each and every day. I When I say a hyper awareness, I guess, about just being black, and for the most part in my life being surrounded by people that don't look like me, and kind of finding out what it means on my own, what it means to be black, and how to exist in the world. And there have been a lot of challenges, but there have been a lot of opportunities as well to educate myself and others through going through my own journey of life. I When I was about 15 years old, my mom received a letter in the mail, and it was to me from my biological mother, and it was something that she actually, I think, wrote a few years after I was born. Maybe I was like 2 or 3 years old when she wrote it, and she wrote it for the future to send to me later on in my life, and I got it when I was 15, and that was the first contact that I ever had with my birth mom. We then connected through Facebook, where we still are connected today, but for a variety of reasons, we aren't really in contact. But I feel like we both have a pretty good understanding and equal respect for each other, and I feel, at least for myself, I don't feel like there's anything lacking in my life with not having a connection with her. I am also connected to my half sister, which is her daughter, and on my biological father's side, I am also, through her, connected to him on Facebook, but we are not, beyond just being existing friends on Facebook, we are not in contact with each other. Like I said before, I've always understood that there was something higher calling for me in my life, and through the years I've come to that understanding that I've ended up where I have in my life because of just the opportunities that I've had in my life. I don't think I would have been able to have if I was living with my biological family. But I also have a deep respect for my roots. I've done an Ancestry.com genetic DNA testing, just because my roots and understanding where I came from and the lineage of my family has been really important to me, and I hold a deep respect for my parents and feel like they also, on some level, conscious or unconscious, knew that within creating me that I was supposed to go on and be someplace else without them. In fact, when I was adopted, my birth mom actually chose my mom and my sister for me to go to when she gave me up for adoption. So I feel like there were a lot of conscious choices that led me to live the life that I live now. And I feel forever grateful, and I'm still learning and evolving with the challenges that being adopted present. Thanks for listening.